Janice, give me some of that dating foolishness.
Yes, sir.
The majority of the time I raised my kids, I was on my own. So, and I had a career. And so I did it all and I was proud of it. And yes, these were great achievements and I suffered.
Post-war woman explains how her independence kept her single and suffering. Welcome to Management Highlights Daily. This is one of those videos that highlight how the contributions of men are taken for granted. There's a reason why we start our videos with the "We Men and We" chant. We want you to be proud to be a man. We want you to understand the value that you bring to the world. Because if you don't understand your value, if you don't know your worth, don't expect others to do so. It all starts with you. Raise your standards. Stop being a simp. Know your enemy. Know yourself. And you do not need to fear the results of 100 battles. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men ain't we? We men ain't we?
Childhood plays a role, like most, how you're brought up. My parents are still married. So I was brought up by my mom, let's face it, because my father was not really present. And her reaction to that was like, become independent, make sure you never need a man, emotionally, financially, whatever, you gotta stand on your own 2 feet. And this was so hammered inside of me and my sister that this was exactly the result.
Exactly. These feminists have set women up to be single, shilling independence instead of interdependence. We men have no problems with women working. We don't care how much money women make. But when you come home, you still need to be a woman that is worth our time, money, and energy. Check this out.
What I'm saying is, because of the life I have when I walk outside my front door, I don't need a woman in my life that's gravitating to that. I need a woman that says, I'm right here when you get off.
Yeah.
I'm not talking literally, I'm talking figuratively.
Yeah.
Even if we outside, you could meet me outside of work. But once I leave work, I'm with you. I'm not trying to do all of that. And if you're about that, you're not about me. You're just about the life that I have. And if you're gonna be about the life that I have, what do I need you for?
I don't agree with everything Stephen A. Smith says, but I agree with him 100% on this one. I said it many times on this channel. The reason I have a woman is because I want a family. There's no reason for me to have a wife if we are not gonna have a family. I have no problems being alone, but that comes with the stigma. What works for me doesn't have to work for you. I cannot have children by myself. I need a woman for that, and not just any woman. I was not interested in a career woman. I was not interested in a woman that wanted to have children in her 30s. I met my woman when she was below 25 in a country that has a culture that is family oriented. So we have a common goal and we rely on each other to get the best results. Interdependence. I truly believe children need a mother and a father. That yin and yang, balance.
I had a situation with the relationship that lasted for about 10 years after my marriage. I was married for about 7 or 8 years. And this man was in fact a masculine man, so it wasn't like I wasn't attracting, my husband wasn't. The man that followed were, funnily enough, a masculine man. And eventually this guy said to me, I don't think you really need me. And I was so proud to say, of course I don't need you, and in hindsight, it's like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I say? And quite honestly, it was a lie.
This is where we as men have problems with women. You came out running your mouth saying you don't need us. You have to be careful what you ask for because you are gonna get it. When these men opt out or go where they are appreciated, you are the last one that should be complaining. This is the bad attitude we are talking about. Women not willing to cooperate with men. And be proud of it. Yesterday, we made a video about Erykah Badu explaining that her hit song Tyrone is a homage to her aunties that were tearing men down in their conversations. What do you think is gonna happen when you are unappreciative, combative, and competitive all the time? You heard what she said. Her ex-husband was not masculine. That's the type of man that you're gonna get if you're not feminine. If you constantly need to establish dominance. If you constantly try to be a man in the relationship. You heard a chest-pounding answer. Of course I don't need you.
You know, and this was this big aha moment for me to realize that I am this feminine woman. I'm not the one who actually wants to juggle all these things, and to be that woman is, you know, in the end, I raised my two kids. The majority of the time I raised my kids, I was on my own. So, and I had a career, and so I did it all, and I was proud of it. And yes, these were great achievements, and I suffered greatly during the time.
Do you notice that women are proud of doing the strong and independent woman thing when they are young? Remember this video we did?
This with age, we get less and less compliments, so we don't feel seen and appreciated. It's like if you have a young pretty girl, you know, I'm sure every one of us has received in our 20s a lot of compliments. Wow, you're so beautiful and all of this, right? But then when we get older, we don't get these compliments because it's like the society cannot come up with anything that they could compliment a woman for. Again, it's ridiculous.
When women get older, they realize that their sexual market value is not determined by their careers. That's when they start asking the question, where did all the men go? Women need food, water, and attention. Compliments. Women don't get fulfillment by taking themselves out to fancy restaurants. These women that are marrying themselves are not happy. They just want to be seen. After the party, you are going home alone. Men, go where you are appreciated, because what you do is worth the appreciation.
And I never admitted to myself that I actually needed a man. I wanted to need a man, so to say. I wanted a man in my life who I could lean back. And he was this super relaxed person, you know, let's go out. No, I can't go out, you know, I got to do this. And, you know, I got my agenda. And so there was a lot of tension and friction. Every time I went to the UK, that was normally when the father looked after the children. So it was just us. And I said, you know what? And he planned. He did all the plans, and he loved taking me out to nice places, nice restaurants, and, you know, traveled through the country. I know all of the UK by now because he showed me the country, which is fabulous, by the way. And so, funnily enough, we had a completely different time, you know, because I said, you know what, do whatever you want. I don't want to organize, because I do it all the time in my life. And I enjoyed it. And part of me was like, that's not right. You know, you're an independent woman. You can't have a man doing all that kind of stuff. So I was torn.
Minus if we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.